So, I gotta say good morning to everybody down there at Saini's gift store, down in Siparia. They have sponsored some prizes for giveaways for Run Stefan Run. Hear me Run Stefan Run for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. They had a Lasco fan and all kind of things they said, you know. So anyway, they also sent this to me. They said since the theme is Winter Wonderland and is wearing white, they sent me a Santa Claus wearing white. So Dr. Santa wear white for the party. Yeah, man. I like the little, yeah. All right, nice. Santa in full gear, boy. But we had to figure out what we're doing with it because I don't know if Santa can stand up on his set now, boy. Yeah? Santa can stand up on set with me? Santa? You good there? All right, cool. I think he good there. If he fall, I'll catch him. All right, so welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning, and it is Wednesday, December the 3rd. We're 10 days away from the Breaking Dawn Christmas party at Center of Excellence, of course, in Macoya. For those of you, whether you're in the south, north, east, west, central, Trinidad, Tobago, and all, you're supposed to have your ticket in hand and ready to go. Okay, because Iowa, George, Sherwin, Winchester, Little Bits, Brass to the World, everybody else ready to go. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. This morning is a tight morning. So we're going to get straight into the news day as we say good morning to all of our viewers all over the world and throughout the Caribbean and Tobago. What's going on? PNM member joins TPP ahead of THA elections. Remember, I told you about this yesterday morning, but it's in the paper this morning. All right, so new anchorman, TPP political leader Fali Augustine welcomes former PNM member Kijan Denoon to the party on December the 1st at a rally in Scarborough. And CPO's proposal on 3.8 billion back pay, debt relief for public servants. Yeah. I have a few people who work in Port of Spain Corporation. You know what's going on, Port of Spain Corporation? Yeah, man. Some of them just hail me when I'm coming on Maurice Street on the morning. So there appeared to be a mix-up in communication between the President of the Public Services Association and the Office of the CPO over details regarding the 10% wage offer and resulting back pay to be made to PSA represented public servants as negotiations continue. A mix-up, okay. Now, the PSA on December the 2nd announced that back pay for its members, determined to be 3.8 billion, will be paid on or before December the 23rd. However, speaking with Newsday on December the 2nd, CPO Daryl Dindyal said the back pay would not be paid in full. It will not all be in cash, and it may not be paid in a single financial year. A circular signed by PSA President Felicia Thomas claimed victory for its membership as she announced conditions surrounding the start of negotiations over the wage increase offer. And she listed the conditions agreed upon by the PSA and the CPO in a memorandum of agreement signed on December the 2nd, which included the date at which back pay will be made. And she claimed that these conditions include a 10% wage increase, consolidation of COLA for both the 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019 periods, allowances with effect from January 1st, 2014, new salaries in January reflecting the 10% increase, and advance on arrears or back pay on or before December the 23rd. Now, I read all of this yesterday, all right? So, I can't go into the whole thing, but it's on page 3. I'm very sure this will be sorted out. But I do not think that they would have a problem with receiving the back pay in parts. Once you get it at the end of the day, although I don't like part payment, I like full payment. You see this kind of, you know, but we'll continue to follow this and see where it goes. I don't understand all this mix-up talk. I don't understand all of that, but I don't know how we could have a mix-up while you're in negotiations there and you're settling on something. I don't know where the mix-up could be, but we'll continue to follow that. Imbert warns of new taxes to come. We have this headline, the Diego Martin man. Diego Martin man. or Diego Martin, or Diego Man, or something like that. A Diego Martin man has been charged with threats to kill Senator Brown. All right, a 48-year-old Diego Martin man has been charged with 3 counts of threats to kill and 4 counts of misuse of an electronic device or a cellular phone following an investigation into threats made via social media against Senator Dr. Amy Brown. All right, now reports indicate that on November the 19th, the victim discovered threatening comments posted by a Facebook user on his personal Facebook page, and the comments made in response to public posts from November the 8th to 9th contained threats to kill the victim and his children. The victim confirmed to investigators that he had no prior connection to the user. All right? A male suspect later voluntarily surrendered to officers of the West End Police Station. Also, 5 years after 3 cops committed to stand trial, the DPP says no indictment as audio evidence inaudible. This is another one that go through the cracks. A High Court judge admitted to being troubled by the explanation of the Director of Public Prosecution, Roger Gaspard, SC, over why no indictment was yet to be filed against 3 police officers committed to stand trial nearly 5 years ago, and one of the officers has since died. At a status hearing of the officer's judicial review claim on December the 2nd, Justice Frank C. Prasad said the DPP's explanation raised serious constitutional concerns. The matter concerns Sergeant Lester Garcia, Corporal Sheldon Peterson, and PC Dexter Edwards, all charged in October of 2014 with 3 counts of misbehavior in public office and committed to stand trial in January 2020. Peterson, who at the time was on suspension, was killed in 2024 in a botched robbery. Edwards and Garcia are asking the court to declare the DPP's failure to file an indictment as unreasonable and unfair and to order a discontinuance if none has been laid. Now, Gaspard, in an affidavit filed on October the 21st, said he was unable to file an indictment because the committal bundle from the Arima Magistrates Court was incomplete. He said audio recordings of the main witness's testimony were inaudible. How that can happen? The main witness? Somebody forgot to press play? Senate considers proposed legislation, emotions high in Stand Your Ground debate, and I see Breaking Dawn's legal advisor, Senator Brian Baig here. Government Senator Brian Baig speaks during debate on the Home Invasion, Self-Defense and Defense of Property Bill 2025 on Tuesday in the Upper House. Now, Brian was the victim of a home invasion as well. I remember when that happened to him, he was married at the time, and a man came into his house. You understand? So Brian, this would be, I could understand why they say emotions ran high, because Baig can be very emotional and passionate when he's speaking on particular things. Look right here in the article, to this day, speaking about his experience, Baig said it robbed him and his family of not only valuables, but also their peace of mind. He said it has had a permanent effect on his psyche. He said, quote, "To this day, I wake every day at 3 a.m., the hour before the incident took place, because I think that man is still in my house." Describing the incident as one of the most horrific days of his life, Baig said he has had to implement numerous changes to feel a sense of safety. And he noted that his family was also affected by another home invasion when his sick uncle was tied up and his aunt was killed. Yeah, his uncle and his aunt also were victims of home invasions as well. People broke into the home, bounded my uncle, a recovering heart patient, to a chair and took his wife into a bedroom, and that was the last time he ever saw her alive. She was murdered. I remember that his aunt was murdered in that situation. She was murdered, her throat slit from ear to ear. He dedicated his contribution to her, telling his parliamentary colleagues, "We need to honor her and have this law don't let her die in vain. And then it goes on to talk about Faris talking about the law won't work and it won't help. Listen, I am still trying to understand, right, how you could honestly say that a stand your ground legislation is not going to help, when I have seen countless examples of bandits met with firepower and they ran. They ran for their lives. You understand? Some of them just forget they had a gun in their hand and just run. Duck, roll, tumble, all kind of thing. You understand? And this coming from Faris Al-Rawi? Serious? Listen, that stand your ground legislation is not only about persons having a fighting chance to defend themselves and their property, but once passed, there is a psychological effect that comes with it for criminal elements, because a criminal now might not know or will not know if the house that they're going to try and break into, if the owner have a firearm. That within itself is a deterrent. That within itself, based on the statistics now, it's in their favor. Because it's only have about what? 5,000 citizens, maybe a little more, I don't know. Could be more than that. I don't know the exact figure, so let me not try to speculate. But there are just a few thousand people, I'm going to leave it at that, with firearms, legal firearms in this country. But once you have that stand your ground legislation, and you have the opportunity to apply, qualify, and you are allowed your firearm, and you go for your training, you see, people underestimate Al-Rawi and them talking and the opposition talking like if they don't know what the training is and what is required in that training and how that training prepares you to understand the law and to understand the responsibility of a firearm, of being a firearm holder. They know. You understand what I'm saying? They know. They're pretending they don't know, but they know. And you know, we live in a society where apparently to own a firearm is only for the affluent, apparently. Right? So the common man, you know, he ain't going to understand what's going on. They don't understand this thing. And that's the kind of narrative, that's the kind of vibes I get in. It's as if you're too common to understand the law. You understand? People talking about, if somebody, I saw Senator Alaha, in his contribution, they brought up some issue with, what if you have a little boy thieving mango in a tree and under the stand your ground, you come out and it. No, there are provisions in the law that applies to that. That is why when they raise the issue of there is nothing in here that protects you from being tried for murder, that is a stupid argument. That is a stupid argument. There is no law, right, that ought to remove you from being tried for murder, especially a law like this, because you have a responsibility and you ought to understand the responsibility. And in the absence of understanding that or using excessive force that is not that might be deemed force that might be deemed excessive in the context of the law, you ought to be the matter ought to be investigated, and if you have overstepped your bounds, you will see a day in court. It's up to you to defend yourself and your actions. You understand? But to try and use that as an argument is pathetic, to say the least. Okay? Because there is still a right and a wrong in any situation. All right? But you cannot try to equate that to I sleeping and hear a noise in my living room, pull my firearm, come outside cautiously to see two men in my living room searching the place, looking for things to thief, and tell me I don't have a right to protect my property, I will put the two of them down. You understand? One time. Headshot. What are you doing in my house at the end of the day? Right? I have a right to defend my property and myself and my family. So all this crosstalk thing and all this, look, and this is what I keep saying about the opposition, you know. The opposition, I understand all this opposition, you know, and you have to oppose, you know, but you are opposing a bill where you, in opposing this bill, you're going to come across as being quite the hypocrites, because you all own firearms. So give up yours now. You understand why I'm saying, fellas? Why don't you give up theirs? Yeah? Give up yours, give up your firearm, or firearms, as we learned from the Attorney General recently. You give up yours. They won't do that. No. Because they need to protect themselves and their family and their property and everything. You understand? But don't tell me that I shouldn't be afforded the same. Attorney General says government at war with gangs. All right? And he made this comment as he opened debate on the home invasion bill. Look here. Bandits cover granny's face before taking $300. An 81-year-old Lavanti woman. They covered her face with a pillow and then robbed her of $300. Yeah? And if I live in that house and I have a firearm, and somehow I'm wrong and I realize what's going on, and I come into my house and see two bandits with a pillow over my 81-year-old grandmother's face, you understand? You're telling me I shouldn't have the right to put them down? Gasparillo woman stabbed by mentally ill man. Man found dead hours after shooting. Look here, you have this one, the Siparia man. Pop that one quick and then we get to the break and we get to Greenwich. We're taking some calls behind the badge this morning, people, so don't worry. We might take calls down, but we're taking behind the badge. Siparia man beaten and robbed in a home invasion. A Siparia man was beaten and robbed by 4 attackers during a home invasion on December the 1st. The 44-year-old Faizabad Branch Road man told police he was sitting in his living room around 9 p.m. when 4 men dressed in dark clothing barged through his front door and announced a robbery. Seeing 2 men armed with guns, the man said he attempted to flee but was stopped and beaten. The men ransacked his home, taking $5,000 and escaping in his yellow B14. Emergency medical responders took him to the Siparia District Health Facility, where he was later transferred to the San Fernando Hospital, and inquiries are continuing. I'll just leave that right there. You understand? Because if he had the opportunity to defend himself, that is flawless. That's all I had to say about that. You understand? You have 2 men armed with illegal firearms. You sitting down in your living room, you know, probably watching a little TV, relaxing yourself, you know, your normal evening vibes. Easy, Santa, have your back. Right? My reflexes on, you know, fellas, don't get tired. Right? Easy now, Santa. Santa like he catch it, boy. Santa was any premium drinks? Santa was drinking. Hanky Vanessa? What trouble is this? Easy to Santa. Oh, you had a little too much hanky. All right, no problem. I'll tell you, don't chase with coconut water, you know. Anyway, yeah, so, you know what I mean? You're sitting down, you're relaxing at your house. You know what I mean? Now, if you're sitting down in his living room and you realize the man trying to barge a bit through the door and he had the firearm next to him, that is flawless. I don't care nobody tell me that's flawless. Some people might say, Stefan, you're violent, or you think it violent. How I could be violent? Men trying to break in my house. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic. I realized, before I put that up, I realized we're living in an era. All I realize is, we're living in a time, in this little space that exists, that all of a sudden, people have compassion for criminals and drug traffickers. We have compassion. They're showing compassion, you know. Their counter argument is to show compassion for somebody who breaking in your house, you know. Their argument with the drug trade is to have compassion for the drug traffickers, you know. That's why when the Secretary of War spoke yesterday, I agree with him 100%. 100%. And I have said that publicly in the past, that should be the approach. We're locking them up to put them in jail for them to come out of jail and it's a whole repeat process. No, you're dealing in drugs, boom, bottom of the ocean for you. As it stands right now with what's going on down there. Because when those guys hold you, they just cut off your neck, chop you up in little pieces, send you back in a box to your family. They have no mercy. But somehow, some way, people see it fit to have mercy and compassion for that. When the real question should be, you know what the real question should be? But how that drug trade was operating so smooth for the longest while. Like how this whole drug trade from South America through the Caribbean to North America, like how this business was allowed to operate so easily, to move tons of illegal drugs from one point to the other. It's because of bribery and corruption, and some of the corruption is within leaders too. So don't all focusing on the wrong thing. You understand? As usual, all they want a problem fixed. But the real solution to the problem, all they want it. All they want a pussyfoot and pretend. And that's how it is. Same thing with the home invasion bill. You want a pussyfoot and pretend. That's why we don't ever solve that in this country. You understand? That's why big boys don't go before the court. Anyway, Mr. Setwayo. So Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy. Stop managing those diseases when you have the opportunity to reverse them naturally. And we're talking drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. Book your appointment today by calling or WhatsApping 279-3935 or 761-1952. And remember, Seth has his book out. You can check that out too. Also, the massage. The Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited, they're simply saying, if you've considered a lucrative career in massage therapy or cosmetology, have you? Well, call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture, and they are now enrolling for January 2026. Learn from the experts of 40 years in the field, train for a job in the fastest growing industry in the world, and they are registered with the Ministry of Education and the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago, and they offer a gate-funded program. So you could call them now on 658-3907 or WhatsApp them on 496-1111. You could also visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com. And with that, when we return, Acting Sergeant Greenwich will be with us. And, you know, on this whole home invasion and crime and Christmas and everything that's taking place, I have a question for him. Well, let's stay tuned.
Show them that you know where to work it. Work that body that you got. Work it hard till it drops. Show them that you're hotter than hot because you're hot, y'all.
It's that time again. The lights, the music, the joy, and big winnings at JTA Supermarkets. Cash in and carry on the joy this Christmas. We talking pure excitement and over $200,000 in prizes to be won. 50 grocery shopping sprees to fill your trolley. 50 mini appliances to light up your kitchen. 50 JTA gift cards plus hamper giveaways. Just spend $300 or more, including $50 in Carlton's Choice products. Fill out your entry and drop in store. The more you shop, the more you could win, and the merrier your Christmas gets. Promotion runs until December 31st. Cash in this Christmas only at JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queen's Royal College. First prize is a Royal Ride Ford Ranger. Draw date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available at islandetickets.com. Sandbag Lotto opposite the Oval. Northern Hardware, Diggle Martin Main Road. West Star Liquor Mart, Moncoco Road. Top Office, Belmont. Hearty Foods Arima. Charlie's Anchor Cafe. Corner Anna Street and Aripita Avenue. Frankie's on the Avenue. Quasi Discount Mart, California. Universal Plumbing, Diggle Martin Main Road. Woodview, Tragrit Road. GAK Electrical and Plumbing opposite Starlight. Western Union, Tunapuna. VML Minimart, St. Lucian Road. Arthur's Minimart, Balantra. Alum's Pharmacy, Majuba Crossroad. Madison Bag, Diggle Martin. Auto and Lotto Shop, Long Circular Mall. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queen's Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Remember these safety tips when using your LPG gas tank.
Every time we purchase a filled 20-pound cylinder, we check for two things. It must be properly sealed with a blue cap or a red cap, and the O-ring must be intact. In order to ensure that there is no leaks within this cylinder, we always conduct the soapy water test. We apply some solution onto the valve area of the cylinder. If bubbles emerge, it means that there's a leak at that suspected source. You do not use the cylinder and take it back to the retail outlet, or you can contact NP's head office for guidance. Never, ever, ever use an open flame to check for leaks. That is madness. We always conduct the soapy water test to check for leaks. Other ways to determine if there's a leak, we may hear hissing sound, or by sense of smell, where you may smell mercaptan, which is coming from the LPG. Never shortcut with your safety. Always be safe with NP Gas.
We're back, and we came straight to Royal Castle to pick up some delicious food. We got a queen bucket, a king bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra sides, a rotisserie chicken, and a snack box. Oh, and that delicious honey mustard sauce, it's really lashing. Rudolph, do you think we should get some for Mrs. Claus and the elves, too? Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
All fan of Breaking Dawn, your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Featuring Little Bit, Brass to the World with Snakey and Chanel Dempster, Showing Winchester, and Ivor George.
2026 on the shares only.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Ranch Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinBagoEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scott, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV.
Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The hardware division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing, and electrical. A wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
The joy of Christmas savings begins at Facades de Food King. Shop, save, celebrate with great foods. Picnic ham, family 7.25 pounds, now $159.99. Golden brand margarine stick, 225 grams, 3 sticks, 20. 30 degrees of pro powder, $21.99. Ibis all-purpose flour, 10 kilograms, $69.99. Nestle green butterfly milk, 250 ml, 3 packs, 20. Gala apples, 10 for $20. Carrots, 1 pound, 3 packs, 20. Dodge potatoes, 5 pounds, $10. Matux peanut butter, 250 grams, 2 tubs, $19.99. Deals It's valid until December 3rd or while stocks last. And this Christmas, we're giving you 5 times the joy. Shop for a chance to win one of 5 brand new Toyota Tasers. Plus, enter to win 5 Whirlpool stoves, 5 twin tub washers, 5 microwaves, and so much more. Check our socials for details.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot, hot. I just want you pushing. I love the pushing. Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot.
All right, people, so we're back, and it's time for Behind the Badge. So we're going to be joined by Acting Sergeant Greenwich for the next 25 as he takes us up to 7 o'clock. We have him via Zoom, so we're going to bring him in. Hey, Greenwich, what's going on this morning, man?
Morning, Stefan. Good morning, Chantavigo.
All right, nice, man.
Once again, a pleasure to be here.
Good, nice. Now, Greenwich, I want to get to a few things and maybe take some calls. One of the things I want to get to is we'll start off with the illegals, the 28 illegals that were recently held in the Curep area, right? 22 males, 6 females, ammunition seized, and this was a huge operation done by the, well, I think it's I've seen St. Joseph Police Station there. But, all right, some people called in yesterday and they said, well, you know, they said, but Stefan, the U.S. closed the airspace in Venezuela. So when we lock up these illegals now and we put them in the detention center, we don't want to mind them, right? Now I know the police still have to do their job, correct?
Yes.
All right. So tell us, you have any added information in terms of this this situation with these 28 illegals that were arrested?
Not really, Stefan. However, usually once the TTPS is not in a position to fly at a respective place of origin, they will be placed in the detention center until such time that arrangements can be made to have them taken back to their homeland.
Right.
Right.
But we know they're going to be held there. But somebody said, what happened? Were there children involved? What went on in this scenario?
If the police are engaging various residents,
yeah,
right, there is a high chance that there would be, in fact, children at the homes. right? Of course, we are not animals. We will ensure that these children are placed in a place of safety, and the level of trauma is, of course, at a minimal.
Okay.
Right? But it doesn't negate the fact that we have our jobs to do in terms of enforcing the rule of law.
Okay. Well, that's the 28 illegals. And I understand, well, I mean, there must be other operations taking place. Fellas are trying to connect here, or they are to connect it. There must be, there will be other operations taking place in terms of these illegal immigrants. You know, and look, the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago can be tied in many ways. One is the illegal immigrant issue that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, because once you're here illegally, I would imagine, but I would imagine, because it would be harder for you to get a job, so that you could earn an income.
It should be.
Right? It should be. It should be, correct?
Yes, it should be, and also there is the chance of they competing for jobs would, of course, put an additional strain on our persons who are also competing for jobs.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you termed it like that, because I'm going to bring jobs into it, right? So we know that we have a lot of migrants, illegal and illegal here. And they will affect the job market, of course, because they're taking up jobs that, you know, locals might be able to get. But this is a question I have for you on the TTPS this morning, right? And I'm going to read it as it was sent to me by one of our viewers.
Right.
I thought it was a very good question, and one that we could address this morning. So, seeing as CPEP and URP are no more until further notice, lately there seems to be a lot of young people, mainly gang members, committing crime because the free money of the state contracts has been cut. Crimes such as home invasions, robberies, and in the city of Port of Spain, there is a lot of chain, purse, wallet, and cell phones being snatched from citizens who walk the streets. How is the TTPS going to handle such situations, seeing that it is Christmas time and these guys looking for money as well? I think that is something that we need to address, because the CPEP and URP situation, of course, with all the ghosts that we are hearing were operating within those two programs. Obviously, you have a lot of guys now, they're not eating. So when they're not eating, they just get thirsty. So how the TTPS going to handle this?
Except for without comparative data, in terms of to compare the last 4 years or 3 years, when it speaks to what we call offenses against the person, I would not be able to say in terms of if there was an increase or not, right? Because I may run the risk of misleading the public, right? However, the TTPS has mandated in every division a Christmas crime plan, and to ensure that our residents feel safe and secure while patrolling, while shopping and so on. I know that the patrols and everything has been intensified. We now see, as usual, around this time of year, the JAP patrol, it comprises of our brothers in arms in the regiment, right? And there will be a higher police presence within the shopping districts, right? For the festive season.
Yeah, but okay. So you all have this anti-crime Christmas plan for Port of Spain, Shagona,
all the divisions, all the
divisions. All right. But when the person sent the message to me, I don't think we should look at comparative figures, because if we look at comparative figures, like you said, it's going to be misleading, because we have had situations. Where you going?
I'm here.
Oh, but I see your screen gone blank. All right, nice. We have had situations in the past. What is mentioned in the message here? Home invasions, robberies. These things are not new. These things have been happening for the longest while. But I must say, in the city of Port of Spain, I have noticed that the purse snatching, the chain snatching, these things have started. It has returned to the city in a very how can I say? It's become common in the city right now.
There has been incidents in the past. If you remember, a police officer would have detained one who attempted to snatch. A couple of months ago, there was an attempt to snatch a woman police's chain as well.
Yes.
So, it has, I think, because we're in Christmas time, it appears to be a little more prevalent. And again, with all the data to compare, right? All I'm saying is that we have intensified patrols and presence in all the shopping areas throughout the nation. And that will be effective in terms of deterring these nice little boys who want to get Christmas things for themselves from plying their trade.
The nice young boys, eh?
Yeah.
The nice young boys. Yeah. We really had to term them like that. Lord Father. On another note, I want to mention one of our callers keeps calling in and asking about these mopeds.
Yes, Stefan.
Do you have any information on that?
Yes, I did a lot of homework. Right? I did a lot of homework on it. And it is still debatable to some extent. But I am guided by the advice I received from persons from licensing, who would have indicated that once they are in fact mechanically propelled, they can be deemed a vehicle, and as such they need to be registered. However, the contention lies in two things. They do not comprise of a chassis number, right? And the insurance companies don't seem to, in terms of insuring them. However, the most important statute that speaks to it is the weight.
The weight
right?
of the moped?
Yeah, the weight of the cycle. If the cycle is under a specific weight, it would not be considered a vehicle that requires being registered. Right? So the powers of the police, where that is concerned, is to have the vehicle or the bicycle, the moped, in this case it will be determined to be a moped, taken to the nearest licensing office, where it can be weighed, and as such you would know as to whether an offense has been committed or not.
I see that as little to, as highly unlikely taking place.
No, there are some of them that have some weight.
No.
Right, there are so many versions of them. There are some of them that they can both pedal and they are electric. There are some of them that are fully electric.
Right.
There are some of them, right? So based on the inspection of the cycle at the time,
right.
Upon the results, you can determine as to whether charges can be laid or you have to allow the person to retrieve their property.
No, what I'm saying is unlikely. Is I see it as an unlikely scenario that the police are actually going to pull up on persons with these mopeds and check weights and look at it. I see that as hardly unlikely. As unlikely.
I have full confidence that our law enforcement agencies, including licensing, would do what is required by law to ensure that our roadways are safe. Because these cycles, in some instances, do not only pose a threat to other vehicles on the road, but to themselves.
Yeah, but it
right?
seems,
and
it seems
in our attempt to minimize the carnage, we will ensure that the rule of law is adhered to.
But my thing is, it seems to be more of a licensing issue than a policing issue.
But it is both, because a police officer in uniform has the powers in terms of the road traffic laws under 4850 and 4852 as amended.
Okay.
So it is both agencies do have powers to treat with it.
Okay, but my point in saying more licensing issue than a policing issue, I understand the policing issue kicks in after the fact, but the initial issue is that licensing division is supposed to be monitoring these things to ensure that it's not on the road.
And I'm advised that presently, both commissioners, the Commissioner of Police and the Transport Commissioner, are in fact putting things in place so that this can be treated with.
Okay, so we know that things going on there. There is another incident that I want to mention here before we open the phone line and take some calls. For anybody who would like to have any questions, put to Mr. Greenwich here in terms of anything with law enforcement, any concerns you might have going into the Christmas period. You're familiar with the story with the Gasparilla woman that was stabbed multiple times?
No, Stefan.
All right, well, a Gasparilla woman was stabbed multiple times by a man who is believed to be suffering from a mental illness. This happened early yesterday. The 44-year-old woman told police she was walking near the Anglican church along Caratal Road around 2 a.m. when the man attacked her. The man stabbed her several times with a small knife in her head, neck, and back before walking away. And the woman went to the Gasparilla police station to make a report and was taken by officers to the San Fernando General Hospital. Doctors said her injuries were not life-threatening, and police were unable to locate the suspect. Now, they are continuing investigations, okay? In terms of the police dealing with a situation like this where a mentally challenged person is involved, you know, how you all go about dealing with that now?
Some police officers are not trained to handle persons with psychological issues.
Right.
If we detect that someone may in fact be mentally unstable, we would have to engage the nearest health district and so on for that assistance in treating with the person, the nearest medical facility, right? There have been incidents in the past, as you will recall, where police officers would have engaged some of these persons who are not well, and my brain is an organ like any other organ. However, we want to go home to our families too. So some of them have ended unfortunate in the past. So to avoid that, we usually try to engage the nearest health facility first, so that they can in fact get the persons who are experts in that field to support us in engaging persons who are mentally ill.
Okay. On the crime itself, they said that the injuries weren't life-threatening. But just to be clear here, anything above the waist, or is it anything above the chest, carries a different...
The medical that the TTPS, the medical report form would tell a story. It goes beyond the location of the wound. It also goes to the amount of force used, the type of object utilized, and so on.
Okay.
Right. It is more than just the anatomy as to where the person was injured.
Okay. All right. And finally here, I don't know if you came across this story with the man in Aruca that was robbed while buying cryptocurrency in a car park.
Stefan.
No, here this one. This is the greatest, you know. I don't know what we have to do and say again. A 52-year-old man. This is so disappointing to me because this is somebody from my era. I am 48. This man is 52, right? A 52-year-old man was robbed of nearly $100,000 when he went to buy cryptocurrency from a man in a pharmacy car park around 8:30 p.m. On November the 29th. The victim, who lives in Aruca, went to the Aruca police station and told officers that he went to meet a man, a 33-year-old man from Belmont, who he had been doing cryptocurrency business with for almost 2 years. He met the man in the car park of a pharmacy along Trinity Central Road, Trinity. The victim was sitting in his car when the man arrived and got into the car with him. He handed the Belmont man $85,800 in cash in a black bag, which was supposed to be used to buy crypto coins, right? And shortly after giving the man the money, two men dressed in hoodies, armed with guns, approached the car and knocked on both the passenger and driver window before announcing a robbery. The men snatched the money and cell phones before escaping in a waiting car. Now, meanwhile, in an unrelated story, police are looking for bandits who made off with cars from Trinity Mall and One Woodbrook Place. All right? In the first incident, a woman from St. Joseph parked her Nissan B14 in the basement car park at One Woodbrook Place at around 7:30 a.m. She locked the car, which was valued at $17,000, and went away. When she returned around 4 p.m., she realized the car was missing. And later that day, a 46-year-old Enterprise woman went to the Trinity Mall around 6 p.m. and parked a green Suzuki Vitara in the East car park near an ATM. She locked the car, and when she returned an hour and a half later, the SUV was missing. Investigations into the thefts are ongoing. So we have two car thefts here. I'm very surprised with the Vitara. That is not one of the vehicles that you see these car thieves targeting. It's very rare that you hear a Suzuki Vitara. The B-14s and the other type of vehicles, the usual suspects, fine. But a Vitara is way off that list, so I don't know what's going on there. But outside of that, we know that people, they secured their vehicles. The vehicles were stolen. Hopefully, they would have done the smart thing and put in the GPS as we have advised in the past and things like that. But, guys are figuring out new ways to bypass all sorts of systems now with the technology that it has. But forgetting the car theft, the cryptocurrency robbery.
So I am in no way laughing at the victim.
No.
It's just that it could be somewhat frustrating.
Yeah.
Coming on the
It's
program
frustrating.
year
I'm laughing
after
out
year.
of frustration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming on the program year after year and trying to attempt to ensure that our general population become hard targets and speaking about the same thing over and over with regards to conducting transaction in a place that may be deemed safe, right? By no means can Twin City Mall car park at night be considered a safe space to conduct any transaction, especially with that significant amount of cash.
Yeah.
Right. We as a population, yes, we depend on the police to provide safety and security and to enforce the law, but we cannot keep putting ourselves in positions where we are vulnerable to crime and criminality.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not victim shaming in any way. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it is our responsibility to ensure that our personal safety is not compromised.
No, and I'm saying that as well. Somebody say what? Okay, look. Anyway, my point is, now we have said the reason why I read the article like that is because we have said on countless occasions, do not do these type of transactions. If you're going to do transactions like that, where you have to move large sums of money if it's the purchase of a vehicle, tell the person meet you by the police station. Right? Now there are two sides to this. One, now we say dealing with this man for 2 years. But let's just say you might have been dealing with the man for 2 years and after the man set you up. Let me just say, we're not saying that's the case. We're saying that it could be a situation like that, right?
It's possible.
Possible. Secondly, because people deal with people on social media all the time and they carry you, and then they take you. Right?
For the big one.
For the big one.
Yeah.
Right? So he might have been investing 5,000, 3,000, a few thousand all the time, and it find this thing paying dividends. So he coming out with 85,000 now. Man say, well, all right, today's for me, not for you. You understand? And the other aspect of this is that you are moving around with $85,000 at night. Now, whether it's night or day, same khaki pants.
It's still risky.
Still risky. You are walking around with $85,000 in cash. You are not paying attention because those two bandits that would have knocked on the glass and announced the robbery, they had to be marking you to know that you are 85,000. Right. So if you're carrying around large sums of money like that, you at least should be aware of the persons in your
situation. What we call situational awareness.
Correct.
Right. And every day we're reading reports. Every day we're seeing what's taking place. The police, we are making every effort, and we have been improving. But that doesn't give you the option to think that things are so nice that I could just walk all willy-nilly with significant amount of cash all over the place. We have to demonstrate a little more wisdom than that as a society.
And I think the government was coming with a ban on this cryptocurrency, these cryptocurrency transactions as well, I think they were coming out. I think I saw an article the other day relating to that, I'll go back and double check it, but I think they're clamping down on that cryptocurrency thing. I don't know how it does work. I never get myself involved in that. I don't believe in those kind of things. All right? I old school. I believe you go to work, you work.
They get paid.
You get paid. You save, you might invest here and there, depending on where your savings are at. You take out your little insurance, wherever the case might be. But you see the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin thing, I never really dive into that and things like that, right? So I ain't getting involved in those things. The persons who are involved in it, good luck to you guys. But people need to understand. We have said it time and time again. Do not put yourself in a position to get robbed. Or worse. Walking around with $85,000 not making sense. You understand what I'm saying? It just ain't making sense. There are other ways
we have so much technology we can utilize now. There's so much ways we could conduct transactions online and so on. Why risk it? Why?
And this is why I said one of the reasons why I laugh is because I am 40, this man is 52. We almost in the same age bracket. So he must know that. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Anyway, what we're gonna do, we're 2 minutes away from the hour 7 o'clock. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll take a few calls with Acting Sergeant Greenwich before we wrap up the segment this morning. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Your questions to Greenwich is coming up next, and then we got Pastor John to wrap up things. We will be back after this.
Work that body that you got. Work it hard till it drops. Show them that you're hotter than hot because you're hot, y'all.
All fans of Breaking Dawn, your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence, featuring Lil Bit, Brass to the World with Snakey and Chanel Dempster, Sherwin Winchester, and Ivor George.
2026 on the shares only.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Raj Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinBagoEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scott, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Natural Fire Promotion, in association with Billy J Sound Company,
presents Reach Out the Charity Concert, live from Jamaica, the powerful Jah Books.
December 6th at the Himalaya Club.
Himalaya Club, as I would say, the 6th of December. So they them just come out and support. It's a worthy cause. I and Jah Books will be there. A lot more artists will be there, as I would say. Kalangola, African gold.
Get your tickets at Bobby's Bar Correct, Sylvester's Arima, Crosby's, St. James, Clifton CD Corner, San Juan. Reach Out the Charity Concert.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot. I just want you pushing. I love the pushing. Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it.
All right, so we are back, and we got Acting Sergeant Greenwich with us. And we're going to open the phone line and take some calls. So 327-7400 is the number to call. Greenwich is here. He's willing to answer your questions. Fellas, it have a fella named Trinidad Apache on the chat here. He seems to be, putting up some comments there that we can't allow. Or let's see what they can do about that in the back now with this man. Yeah, this Trinidad Apache man. Somebody keep complaining about him right through. Yeah, they say putting up some kind of comments. Anyway, we don't deal with them kind of thing, right? Outside with him when it comes to that, right? So here we go. Hello, good morning. Question for Greenwich.
Yeah, good morning, Tom Sagres.
Yeah.
Sagres, I have 2 questions.
Sure.
First of all, stand your ground law, right? Stand your ground law, like when the police have to go and investigate if a shooting take place, like a house owner shoot a bandit or an intruder in his home. Then presently now, to investigate them, I'm talking about the law we have now and the stand your ground legislation. It will make it easier now for the police to do the investigation as how it stands now. I'll only answer that question. I'll forget the other one.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Greenwich, I'm glad the caller brought it up.
So I was hardly hearing him though.
Oh, he is talking about the Stand Your Ground legislation.
Yeah, that's.
All right, Greenwich was hardly hearing the caller there. He was talking about the Stand Your Ground legislation, and the legislation, would it allow for the police to do their investigations? But he said, would it make it easier for the police to conduct their investigations in terms of home invasions and that kind of thing, right? Now, here what I think is a real question. I think I understand where he's coming from. a lot of what exists in common law exists in the Stand Your Ground legislation, right? As it relates to a licensed firearm user using their firearm, right? But what I think you could explain to people is how the process goes for a licensed firearm user. I am a licensed firearm user. Somebody could try to rob me. I pull out my licensed firearm. I put them down. What is the process that takes place after that?
In one sentence, Stefan? In one sentence, it's the same as an illegal firearm, right?
Right.
Once a firearm is discharged, be it lawful or unlawfully discharged, an inquiry must take place.
Right.
Right. In the terms of law enforcement or licensed firearms, legal firearms, what would be questioned is the person's use of force. Was it appropriate to use a firearm at that point? Was it lawful to use a firearm at that point? Right? Was it justifiable, as the word I was looking for? Right? Would the reasonable thinking human being had discharged a firearm if placed in that same scenario? Right? Once the circumstances under which the firearm was discharged can prove that, then the person would not have a question to answer. Or even if it's sketchy, one might see yourself going before inquest. Right? Of course, we are guided by the office of the DPP to make that decision as to which way it ought to go. Okay. Right? But once you can prove that the reasonable thinking human being placed in the very same situation would discharge a firearm in defense of one's person or the person of another or property under specific circumstances, then you do not have a question to answer. However, if that cannot be proven, you may find yourself being facing the courts like anybody else. So having a firearm is in fact a great responsibility. And the disadvantage or the challenge you face is that while these good boys can shoot indiscriminately, we always have to think about it then what? Am I in good footing to operate here? Right? You have 1,000 questions to ask yourself before you pull that trigger once.
Yeah. But I think the Stand Your Ground kind of, while there's a lot that exists in common law as it relates to scenarios like that, it gives a little more leeway, if I should say, in terms of some of the parts that I heard.
I think that's a scary statement to make, right? I am remaining at the point where once you can prove that the decision you make is justifiable and any reasonable thinking human being would have made that decision under the circumstance, you would not have a question to answer.
Okay. But investigation
has always been like that.
But an investigation would have to take place either way.
Yes,
just
definitely.
to ensure that you did not use the firearm
excessive
outside
force,
the perimeters
unlawfully or excessive force.
What you are allowed to do. Right.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning, Officer Greenwich. Man on the ground here.
Morning, man on the ground. Long time I've learned from you.
The question I was asking about the vehicles, the police vehicles that was being serviced by private garage, right? Like you don't have adequate places to park your vehicles, right? And the whole point about it is that the vehicles must be on the roadway at nights and park up also on daylights, and they're blocking the roadway. What is the procedure with the police vehicle being licensed by licensing department and the private man like me and you parking on the roadway? And it's supposed to be what good for the goose, good for the gander. Other question with the air rifles on them and the shotguns on them. What's the procedure if a man gets shot with an air rifle if the man is in your premises? And if it will be the same charges or it will be the same investigation with an air rifle and a shotgun, right? And here are some police officers who now passed out not too long, and you will see they have a little flashing light in a private vehicle, and also some of them have a little siren. I thought I was going to go for about ASPs and all of them, or inspectors' ranks go up. Some of the police them that they have now is like long ago. I don't know what it is they're feeding them in the barracks, but like they're coming out real aggressive. Or I don't know if everybody's supposed to have a little pink skin and a blue vein in order to speak to them properly. We need to send them back for some training. I will listen off here.
All right, all right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's the question inside of there, but he went from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. He confused me and all. But I think one of the things I picked up on there, he asked if you shoot somebody with an air rifle, if it's the same type of investigation as a shotgun.
Yes, it is. Second one's the air rifle has the capacity to provide lethal force. I don't know if you know that, but I have been on some inquiries where people were shot and fatally shot with air rifles.
Okay.
As such, once we can determine that the air rifle was lawfully obtained, and again that they could prove that the use of force was required at the time, you may not see yourself having to answer a question. The scenario is the same. It goes with every weapon, Stephen. It goes to cutlass, it goes to everything, right? Once you can prove that you had absolutely no choice but to defend yourself in this manner, you may not have a question to answer.
Okay. Let's go to another call here. Hello, good morning. Morning. Greenwich, any callers got it on now, right?
Yes, I'm hearing them now.
All right.
I'm hearing them
Well,
now.
give me a little volume on Greenwich now. Yeah. That's a little thing on Greenwich. Because, I hear in but you know I deaf. Yeah, caller, go ahead.
So, Corporal Greenwich and Stefan, we seen earlier on the 13th, Center Excellence.
Yeah,
So
Greenwich
my
was here
point
last
is
year.
this. So
I was there last year, but you wouldn't have known.
Greenwich was there, man.
They were showing a video yesterday, right, of a taxi driver give a car a bad drive. He was proceeding in Grand Bazaar when he noticed now that the car pull in front of him. 3 men run out from the car. He thinking it's a hole up. But when he car come through inside him, we need to know it's plain cold police running he down. Now, if that was a licensed firearm user, let me just put it like this, and something like that happen, man, and a car pull in front of you without no chain, nobody has said nothing, what would have been the consequences of the 3 police that come off of that car? I go listen over here.
That you want to know the consequences if the he gone. I think he's asking. They did not identify themselves. A car pull up in front of you. 3 men run out the car coming towards you. Nobody identifies themselves as a police officer, and you are a licensed firearm user. And let's say you use your firearm to defend to what you think is defending yourself in a scenario like that, because you do not know who these 3 men are coming towards you.
What would trigger you to use it from at that point? There's a main ingredient I didn't hear the caller highlight. Were they armed?
I don't think he mentioned that, He said 3 men run out the car.
Exactly. Because if I am facing difficulty and I may be running towards you for help. So remember, use of firearm has to do a lot with if your life is in imminent or immediate danger of the life of another.
Right.
To do that, somebody has to be armed. So 3 men running in a vehicle and you're not seeing a firearm does not may not give you justification to use lethal force.
Okay. But you could interpret it, but I think what he is saying is, but then again, what he is saying is it could be interpreted another way. Where the worst,
yes, but at the end of the day, there must be, remember, the use of force must be in proportionate with the threat.
Okay.
Right? So it's not a 3 men running up to me and I bow. No, it cannot look like that. There must be an imminent threat that requires you, or any reasonable thinking human being, to draw that fireman and utilize it.
Okay. Let me take this one here. Hello, morning. Morning. I feel this caller does have a real delay, Morning.
Yes, everyone, morning.
Yeah, morning. Yeah.
Yeah, morning, Sergeant.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry,
Morning.
Marcel brought up something in Parliament, and it's a good point. Like we say during our home invasion, the owner of the house, who's the holder of a FUL, he was injured, and somebody else in the house who is not FUL holder ended up taking that firearm and shooting and killing a bandit. What would be the outcome of that?
Okay.
I appreciate that question from the caller. That was an exam question one year. Right? Once again, once a reasonable thinking human being is using force to protect the imminent threat on the life of another, it is justifiable.
Because in a scenario like that, that would fall under self-defense, right?
It will. At the end of the day, we had to do what was required to defend a life.
Right.
Right. So again, it all depends on the situation as it would have built up, and of course the DPP will have the last say, but the DPP office will have the last say. But at the end of the day, if I am a reasonable thinking human being, and I am seeing that a relative or somebody's life is in imminent danger, and the only thing I can do is pick up a fireman that is laying on the ground and utilize it, it may be deemed justifiable based on the circumstances.
Okay. Let me see if I can squeeze one more, or maybe two. Hello, good morning. Okay. Let me see if I can squeeze one more. Yeah, morning.
Morning. Morning, Stefan. Morning, Greenwich. I want to ask you something. If you is a firearm owner, and your property is not fenced wrong. Your property is not fenced wrong. And this guy is on your yard, and he has a firearm, he has some other weapon, and he's threatening. Is it possible you could use yours?
The Act speaks of that. The Act speaks of you identifying the boundaries of property, right? And again, once there's an imminent threat to you or the life of another, you can in fact use as much force as necessary to defend yourself.
Okay. We're taking another one here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Is Mr. Greenwich still on?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm looking at you on Facebook. So right now I don't know what anybody else said or whatever. I have a question for him. With regard to the inspection certificate, I asked this question before. Why is it that when you go for the inspection certificate, they want to see the certificate of title and they want to see your insurance. But when you go to insure the car, they don't ask you to see nothing concerning an inspection certificate. Both supposed to be intertwined. You know, why is the insurance company insuring a car without an inspection certificate? That is what I want to know. Why aren't they helping out the situation? This is why you have so many cars on the road with insurance and no insurance, no inspection certificate. I want to know what is going on with that. Why is it allowed?
Well, ma'am, that wouldn't speak of legislation, but that would speak of policy.
Right.
The insurance companies will have their own policy with regards to how they go about justifying insurance, how they go about justifying vehicles on the road. Right? There's no legislation that says that the insurance company must or mandated to ask for insurance
for inspection certificate.
Right, so that is not a policy issue; it's more a policy issue.
A policy issue. All right.
Yeah, for the incident.
Final caller. Hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan, and Officer Greenwich.
Good morning, sir.
Officer Greenwich, I would like to say thanks to you and by extension the TTPS for your service, for the hard work and dedication. I know it's easy, how they could stand up your pressure 1,000,000 times a day. But however, what is disturbing to me is listening to the Parliament channel, where Brian Manning said that if people in your house with firearms and whatnot, try and get your family and exit the back doors quick as possible. Now, would Brian Manning take his mom, a lady I respect, his wife and his stepdaughter and exit the back door, when his father, while he was Prime Minister, made sure he was gifted a firearm on his lap? All the best. Have a great morning.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Mr.
Greenwich, yeah.
You know I'm not
This theory
Stefan,
of, and
you
I've
know I'm not
heard
going
it.
nowhere near that.
What's that?
You know I'm not going nowhere near that statement.
I know you're not
question.
going near that because that's more along the lines of political. But let's
Thank
just
you.
say the argument of men come in your house and your first reaction should be to flee. Right? I mean, I don't even know if that's realistic. Because where are you going to flee? What are you going to do? Wake up your children and everybody and the men down in your house? You understand what I'm saying? So, in terms of the legislation, and maybe we could continue this discussion next week, as it has been in the Senate right now. I do not know if they finished the sitting yesterday and got everybody's contribution, but I don't know if it's continuing today. I'll find out. But if it is passed in the Senate, then it will become law. And it becoming law, it is a good discussion to have because a lot of the callers seem to be paying attention to this stand your ground legislation in terms of, you know, what could happen in the event that people come into your house. So it is something that we could have a discussion on from a policing standpoint and how the police is going to police that. But I think if people come in your house, man, and you want to snatch your family and run out of the property that you build, you walk your tail off for your, and you're provided for your family. I had to run out of my house.
Stefan, I would have heard you say something this morning, and I think it is applicable here. Right? They're not just going to hand you a firearm here and say, well, look at license. And no, there is a process of training you have to go through. Right? And a lot of these scenarios would, in fact, come up in that training process.
Yeah.
Right? There's no right or wrong answer. And the answer lies within the training you require and that certificate of competence that would indicate that, yes, you were trained and qualified to own a firearm. Right? When you get that and you get a license, you now are in a position where you have to justify every single action when it comes to using that firearm.
Right. So, and I mean, I've mentioned that on the program as well. It's not a scenario where you apply for something and they say, well, yes, Stefan is a good boy. He does be on TV. All right, we'll give him it. We'll give him it. It's granted. And you just go and you buy a firearm the next day. It doesn't work like that. You know, and I know, and they know, right? There is a process. You get your provisional, you go for your training, and during that training, Greenwich, you could speak to this. During that training, because the average man might know who has never owned a firearm or doesn't have a firearm. When you go for that training, it changes your whole perspective.
Mindset. It does. Firearm ownership changes mindset.
Exactly.
Right? You see the word. Once you're trained properly, and there are plenty competent institutions throughout Trinidad and Tobago where I believe the training is of optimum quality. And once you go there, it changes. Having a firearm ownership is a way of life, Stefan.
Yeah.
The position you take in a restaurant, all these things changes tremendously when you become a firearm user.
Exactly, and I've been trying to explain that. It changes the way that you operate. It puts you in a different. It puts you in a different space, a different thought process.
Yes.
In nearly everything that you do, whether it's you go to the grocery with
it's a
your
way
wife
of life,
and your
as I
family.
said. It becomes a lifestyle.
Exactly. So this is not something where persons that qualify, and I think that's a very important part of it. You have to qualify. If you do not qualify, you do not get it. And if you do not want it, you don't apply. It's very simple. You know what I mean? I think this is just about making the process easier, a little easier than it has been in the past.
Yes, in terms of acquisition.
Yeah. But anyhow, thanks for your time, and next week again, man.
My pleasure, Stefan.
We'll monitor and see what goes on with Stand Your Ground. And what's that?
So Trinidad and Tobago, be safe. Let's not go into car parks and conduct transactions this week.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. And you know, The man went to the car park to conduct the transaction, right? We have said, and this is why you have to laugh, we have said, go, you want to do a transaction like that? Tell the person meet you in a police station. But you're going to a car park to get robbed, to end up in the police station to make the report. So you still end up in the police station. When you could have gone to the police station in the first place, conduct the transaction under the supervision of an officer, and everything might have been irie. You understand? Oh, Lord. Anyway, I want to thank Greenwich Time this morning, and of course, you all for your calls and your comments, and we will continue to monitor the Stand Your Ground legislation. Like I said, it was passed in the House, and it will, it is in the Senate right now. I don't know how many people spoke yesterday. I know Big is one. I know that Senator Alaha was one because he's the government, he's the head of the Senate in the government. The AG would have opened, and I don't know who else. I know, oh gosh, I know a few of the independent senators spoke yesterday, as well as those in the opposition, Faris Al-Rawi and others. I just don't know if everybody spoke on that it was passed in the Senate. If it was passed in the Senate, Brian Big would have told me by now. So I think they may have another day to go. Yeah. All right. So we will find out at the end of the day, I guess, if it's passed. And if it's passed, like I said, if you don't want it, you don't apply. But for people who want it, they apply, they go through a process, you have to qualify, and then you go on. So, for training and so on and so forth. All right. Chef Shiraz. Chef has the courses starting from the 15th and the 16th of December all the way through January. So the Christmas cuisine cooking course is on the 15th and the 16th of December. And you also have on the 3rd of January, there are 3 courses that Chef is offering. All right. And then in January, again, you have the City and Guilds Diploma 3. And what you want to do is give him a call or WhatsApp him on 372-4639 or 737-5097 for more details and to get yourself registered. Also, you have the Keolic range of products backed by science, and they got over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. All right, so they're all made from the aged garlic extract, and they include the Keolic cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and the Keo green powdered drink mix, as well as the Keolic, the Keodophilus probiotics. All right, so you can pick them up at any pharmacy or health store near you. And for more information, of course, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. And do not forget, the Breaking On Christmas party is on December the 13th, people. We want you to get in a gear, get your tickets. It's almost there. We're right around the corner. We're approaching the home stretch. And we will have a ticket giveaway this Friday. Or maybe I'll give away about 2 tickets this Friday. All right? To two viewers. So make sure you're paying attention to everything going on. But get your tickets at the advertised outlets. Sports and Games nationwide, Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and online. Get your tickets online at trinbagoevents.com. All right? So make sure, get your tickets, come out, support. Part of the proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. This is the 3rd year that we're doing this event, and we give them a donation as well every year. So we want to make sure that that donation gets bigger and bigger and bigger over time. So make sure, come out, support. Bring up your crew, man. If you're coming from far, rent a maxi, come up the road. It's $400, very affordable, and you're getting premium drinks all night. And, by the way, food on sale, terrific menu by those who are from our vendors. So you can look out for the whole, you know, you could sample a little thing too, man. Go and purchase something here. Support. All right? So the Breaking On Christmas party, Sherwin Winchester, Iowa George, Lil Bits, and of course Brass City World, McCoy, and Chris Garcia. They're all going to be performing there. We got Heavy Duty and Selector Room as the DJs for the night. So, I mean, we're wearing white. Winter Wonderland is the theme. And I will see you there on the 13th, 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. And Hanky Bannister, Speyburn, and Vanguard. We got to pick up the Trinidad and Tobago Import-Export Company Limited for the support that they're giving us, as well as everybody else that are coming out to give support. We have Johnny Walker on board, Hennessy on board. We have a wine bar with Prosecco that will be supplied by the Trinidad and Tobago Import-Export Company Limited. It's all happening, all right? It's too much, all right? For $400, it's just too much, man. It's too much. We'll be back with Pastor John after this. Stay tuned.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life, from colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
This season, Green Dot delivers lasting value to you. With our affordable TV and internet bundles, you can watch your favorite shows, plan this year's gathering with your work team, share season's greetings with family, and stay connected to what matters most. Plus, when you sign up or switch to Green Dot, you get a free upgrade to our Get Ahead internet and TV bundle for 3 months. That's an additional value of over $1,000. But that's not all. You also have the chance to win a month of free service. It's all in keeping with the season of giving. To find out more, call 224-GDOT or visit gd.tt today. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Christmas is coming and theater is going. You don't need out to watch Corn. It's down to one final performance. The #1 comedy of 2025 is coming to an end. One show only. Saturday the 6th of December at 8:30 p.m. at Sapa. Tickets available at K-Squared Fashion, C3 Center and Brentwood Mall. And at Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout. Tickets also available at the Sapa box office for 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Don't miss the #1 play of 2025. You don't need foul to watch Corn. Don't miss it.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All fans of Breaking Dawn, your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence, featuring Lil Bit, brass to the world with Snakey and Chanel Dempster. Showing Winchester and Ivor George.
2026, all the shares only.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Ranch Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinBagoEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scott, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees, just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot, hot. I just want your pushes. I love the pushing. Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and we getting a passage on. We're 20 minutes away. I took the speedboat out of the box. I just wanted to see the bottle now. The bottle looking nice and sexy and sleek, man. Yeah, and there's a single malt, eh? There's a single malt. Anyway, we got Pastor John with us this morning, and the reason why I'm standing is I started back with my old trainer on Monday. So Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thank God today's a rest day, but I don't know what my legs would have been like if I had to go there today. So I get a rest day and then I'm back on tomorrow. So I have started in a very serious manner with my workout and exercise and getting my body back in shape. But boy, the pain, boy. So I sit down there and I now stretch my legs and I say, oh God, I said, now Stephanie, I'll stand up. So that's why I'm standing. So Pastor John is with us via Zoom. And for the next 15 minutes, we're going to be joined by, hey, what is going on here? Look back and all right. So Pastor John, different set this morning. What we talking about, man?
I am talking about the sirtuins in the body that affect diabetes.
The what?
The sirtuins.
Sirtuins?
Let me spell it for you and you have a computer in front of you. SIRTUINS. It's a family of proteins involved in the metabolism that play a protective role against diabetes by improving insulin sensitivity, glucose uptake, and limit lipid metabolism. You see, just like how the people take metformin and Johnny Meta and all this medication they give you.
Yeah.
They give you things to improve, to see if they can improve your sirtuins in the body. But the activation synergizer phytopower pack will activate your body's own sirtuins in the body. When it's dysfunctional, you are prone for all manner of disease, and it affects diabetic patients a whole lot. Those who can't control the diabetes is because they can't control the sirtuins.
Sirtuins. This is the first time I've ever heard of this. So I'm very
A
interested.
lot of people tell me, somebody call me and tell me, boy, you make up the word. I say, well, let's have a computer, go and see it.
Sirtuins, no, it's a real thing. I have never heard of this before.
7 different types of sirtuins in the body. That's why if we understand our bodies, that our bodies were born with all these things, and because of the air you breathe, the water you drink, pesticides in the fruits and vegetables, the high sugar intake, destroy it. All we have to do is to reactivate it back in our system.
Right.
And you will be good. Like men who suffer from ED, their sirtuins are very low.
All right.
Because the blood is not flowing correctly. So in type 2 diabetes, sirtuins activities can be reduced, contributing to all the complications like gangrene and foot problems, only because the sirtuins is not functioning. So you can split it between each other. Tunes, like it's singing a tune, if you want to pronounce it that way, and so Solomon Huchoy, whatever, so it could bring. I don't know why his name came to me. So all the research that sirtuins activation could be a therapeutic target as boosting sirtuins in your system. Like after age 25, it starts to deplete drastically in your system.
Right.
But the activation I'm talking about, the Power 5 activation, Phytopower Pack, will double it within 24 hours. That's why people with diabetes need it right now. And it took 40 years of studies in the labs and with human testing and everything with this dietary supplement product I'm talking about today. Okay. I'm not making no medical claim. I'm just telling you what you need to be healthy again. And I hope you look it up, and I hope you see it's a real word.
No, I'm seeing that. I'm very interested here to find out about the metabolism aspect of it, because I'm seeing here that it regulates the glucose and lipid metabolism to maintain energy.
Right.
Homeostasis as well. So in terms of the metabolism now, I just mentioned that, I started back on Monday with my old trainer. And he tell me, he say your metabolism, you need to speed up your metabolism, which is something I really had to say. It makes sense to me that my metabolism may have slowed over time. So does your sirtuins, have anything to do with that?
Yes, it does, because it will activate the metabolism by working together with the mitochondria. Your mitochondria is like a generator or your electricity powerhouse. If you have every country have a electrical power station. Right. It's the power station that gives the body all its energy it needs every second of the day, every day of the week, every day of your life. Everything you need is the mitochondria. So when the metabolism is challenged, it means that the mitochondria is also dysfunctional. That's why you need activation back into your system. So what people do now, people go and buy supplements to say, well, okay, I can take this for this and I can take this for that. The secret in healthy living is to restore it back into your system. It belongs to you. Nobody can take it away from you. That's how I get healed from cancer. I restore my immune system and my antioxidant. So diabetic patients who using a lot of different stuff and it's not working and they can't control the A1C and everything, they need to control and restore the sirtuins in the body.
Right.
So the metabolism regulates your tissues like your liver, your pancreas, your muscles, influencing your glucose uptake and your lipids. All that is what your metabolism control.
Right.
But oxidative stress on sirtuin is a very dangerous thing. That's why when you take this Power 5 activation phytopower that I am talking about every week now, it reduces oxidative stress by 40%. If anybody wants to start a study about oxidative stress and sirtuins and everything, the best website to go to, you're not going on no blog, you can go on World Health Organization website, the CDC, or the PubMed, PUBMED. You can get all the information about your health and everything. Those are credible sources to look for your information. Because a lot of people who write blogs and don't even know what they're saying and misguiding people with all kind of nonsense.
Well, that's true. In terms of aging, I'm seeing here that it also plays a role in the aging process, you know, as it relates to promoting a longer lifespan for human beings. So that aging process, you know, it have people who you ain't see them for years, and when you do see them, you say, "But look, but you in age are they?" you know that kind of way. I mean, you tell yourself, well, it had to be something they're eating or something that they're doing that keeps them looking as young as they are. I saw over the weekend here, I was down at Family Mart in Barrackpore, and a gentleman introduced himself to the team, and he said he's 82. And I was like, what? You could never be 82. The man ain't look a day past 60, I'm telling you. And the man says he's 82 years old. So there are some people who age well, there are some people who don't. But I'm seeing here that the sirtuins does play a part in the aging process.
All right. So in your early 20s, like when you cross 25 years or you get to 26, your sirtuins begin to deplete or decline drastically by 60%. So therefore, it affects your aging process, because when you hear somebody die at 90 years old and you think they live a full life, they did not. All they do is completed 120 years in 90 years. But some people say, I am Speedy Gonzalez. They want to do it in 60 years. They want to do it in 50 or 40. So we just had a lady in New York here die from cancer. She was 39 years old. Wow. At 39 years old, the body aged so much that she got sick with cancer. So the sirtuin activity as we age declined by 60%, and the Synergizer activation that I'm talking about will double your sirtuin activity in 24 hours.
Okay. I'm seeing here that it also assists in DNA repair.
That is correct. So when oxidative stress overtakes the system and dysbiosis take over the system, dysbiosis is an imbalance of diversity in the gut, which damages the DNA, which is coming from your endothelium, which is the lining of your red blood vessel. You then now have the sirtuins because of its weak. And it has to do with your thymus. As you get older, your thymus get weaker unless you maintain your ecosystem correctly. So therefore, the sirtuin is very important to reactivate in the system. And I'm glad you asked me the question, because I know the 15 minutes going to be up. And I cannot like any question, so we will continue it next week also. But continue. This is very, very good discussion.
Yeah, I did not know that DNA. I mean, I know. Well, in terms of when they said DNA repair, you know what I mean? That caught me, you know, maintenance of, what is it here? I'm seeing here, they are essential for DNA repair and the maintenance of, is it telomeres? Telomeres?
Yes. So you, in your whole entire system that you contain, is supposed to have 13 vitamins, 16 minerals, 10 amino acids, 1 essential acid fat. Your body's supposed to be producing every day to keep you healthy.
Right.
That's true. It's called 40 micronutrients. And when that is depleted, when the B complex begin to have challenges, you start to challenge your DNA. Your DNA it's everything about yourself is your DNA.
Okay.
So today now, the sirtuins that is responsible for longevity, removal of cellular waste, improve mental focus and concentration, positive mood and the inflammatory response to your system, your cholesterol, your vascular system, your heart, your arteries, everything, it start to, you begin to see improvement when the sirtuins are functioning correctly. That's why when they give you medication for diabetes, they are on the right track. The right track is trying to improve your sirtuin, but with the chemicals and side effects, a lot of people complain of all the side effects and what these different medication does. But the medical industry and the naturopathic industry, we agree on many things. It's just we agree on the different vehicle or type of how we get to the destination.
Right.
That, okay, well, we sit down and we discuss, we have everything in common. This is what needs to be restored.
Yeah.
Like immunotherapy, supposed to restore the immune system. That is the intention. We says no because of what you're giving the person will not do it. But the answer is yes, the immune system must be restored, especially if you have chronic disease.
Okay. We just got about 2 minutes.
Okay.
How do you influence or trigger the what is it, sirtuin activity in your body?
By reducing oxidative stress, by eradicating oxidative stress in the system.
And how do we do that?
By the power of 5, here's the ingredients: the milk thistle, the bacopa, the ashwagandha, the green tea, and the curcumin all mixed together as formulated. The only thing with this company, they have it copyright, so nobody can mix the exact formula, but those are the ingredients that will activate the antioxidant. That when the antioxidant is activated in your system, your mitochondrial will be activated. Then the sirtuins will be activated again in the system. The metabolism will be restored. Your GLP-1 will be restored. Your insulin will be restored. Everything in the body that is supposed to be, there will be restored. Blood will be flowing again. Man will never tell it, Chinese children calling him daddy. Nobody will complain with them thing again.
All right, Fran. Anything else you want to add before we close?
No, this is it. The statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, care, or prevent disease. I'm glad you laugh. I didn't know.
I'm sorry you say it. But people, I want to remind you, if you want to get the products that Pastor John has, you can order now. As you see the sign in the back there, order now. And to order now, it is a WhatsApp number. It is 1516286779. That is 1516286779. Number is on the screen. Take it down, put it on your phone, save it under Pastor John, and you can start communicating with him today to get yourself the product that he's offering. And he's always willing to give you a lot of information on the product as well. So, Pastor John, once again, thanks a lot for this week. We will see you again next week, man.
And very quickly, for this holiday, buy 2 and you get 1 free.
Buy 2, you get 1 free, man. All right, nice,
yes.
man. Two and get 1 free. So you're getting 3 for the price of 2. All right, so make sure and capitalize on that. But thanks a lot, and next week.
Thank you.
All right, people, get in on the special. So I'll tell you what, with that, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, we got some birthdays that we will get to, and we will resume with other business come tomorrow, Thursday. We have Dr. Watson and one other guest, I think. But we'll have some room in the first hour to do a lot of talking. All right? After the break. Yeah, we'll come back. So we're going to come back from the break, and we got the birthdays, and we'll give you some information as well on the nights as well. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Work that body that you've got. Work it hard till it drops. Show them that you're hotter than hot because you're hot, y'all.
All fans of Breaking Dawn, your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Featuring Little Bit, Brass to the World with Snakey and Chanel Dempster, Showing Winchester, and Ivor George.
2026 on the shares only.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Raj Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinbagoEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scotch, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV.
The joy of Christmas savings begins at Passat Stick Food King. Shop, save, and celebrate with Santa Rosa Chicken Vienna Sausage, 4 tins for $20. Cold Cafe 3-in-1 Coffee, $18.99. Cold Soft Drink, 2 liters, 3 bottles for $20. Catelli Tomato Ketchup, 750 ml, 3 packs, $20. Sierra Chicken Frank, 340 grams, 3 packs, $20. Clean and White Bleach, 3.78 liters, $28.99. Richford Vegetable Oil, 5 liters, $74.99. Swiss Pasta Macaroni, 400 grams, 4 packs for $20. And Erin Fan Feast Picnic Ham Bone-In, £10, $199. Deals valid until December 3rd or while stocks last. And this Christmas, we're giving you 5 times the joy. Shop for your chance to win 1 of 5 brand new Toyota Tasers. Plus, enter to win 5 Whirlpool stoves, 5 twin tub washers, 5 microwaves, and so much more. Check our socials for details.
A 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queen's Royal College. You have a chance of winning a luxurious royal ride, Ford Ranger. Draw date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available at islandetickets.com. Lewis Appliances, corner Tragwood Road and Edward Street. Caribbean Jewelers, Trent City Mall. Mandarin Mini Mart St. Anne's. A. Moses and Sons, 181 Tragwood Road. Quaysay Supermarket, Calcutta Road number 2. Strive Restaurant and Bar, Mukarapa Road. New Car and Auto Shop, West Mall. First Priority Music, Gulf City Mall. SNSR Food Center, Princesstown. Quaysay Best Price, St. Mary's Junction. Romaines Hardware, Maraval. Cascade Minimart. Kelly Supermarket, Diggle Mountain Main Road. The Unit Trust Agency in West Mall. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queen's Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The Hardware Division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing, and electrical. A wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies Division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
We're back, and we came straight to Royal Castle to pick up some delicious food. We got a queen bucket, a king bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra sides, a rotisserie chicken, and a snack box. Oh, and that delicious honey mustard sauce, it's really lashing. Rudolph, do you think we should get some for Mrs. Claus and the elves, too? Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot, hot. I just want you pushing. I love the pushing. Can't wait for the pushing. You're making it hot.
All right, so we're back. I'm gonna send this off here. Yeah, man. So let's see I could type it. Boom. Right. Why are you telling me that? Message could not be sent. Check your network and try again. Oh God, I know see what happened. I know see what happened. But I put that in before. What is wrong with them? Huh. Okay, that's now. I gotta do this after. Okay. So You know, I've been saying, I've been calling the company name wrong. It is the Trinidad Import and Export Company Limited. Not Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad Import and Export Company Limited. All right? Nice one. And like I say, boy, I take this speedboat out here. You know, the speedboat, I ain't lying, you know. No. I can't take a shot, this already bought it. This distinctive single malt is finished in rum casks for a fruity, caramelized, and softly spiced finish. Ah, boy. Tropical fruit, spice, vanilla, and honey. Ooh. Nice one. Single malt, Speyburn. All right, so I tell you what. Santa, you all right? All right. Santa chilling, man, in his spot. Don't frighten. You almost as tall as me. All right, so I tell you what. We got to get to the birthdays and then we're out of here. So let's get to that. We only have 4? Yes, I know. Thanks for reminding me. So before we get to the birthdays, Eden Heights Clinic, of course. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And of course, they offer that dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, limbagging, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, and more. Consultation services are also available at Eden Heights, and those consultations include live blood analysis, arthritis, sport injuries, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. Right now I have some pain in my legs here, but that's from the exercise. So I'll tell you what, you can give them a call or visit any one of their 3 locations. The numbers to call, 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can also WhatsApp 493-9196 or email edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. So, check them out today. Now, we got some birthdays. Nice, man. All right, so here we go. Wishing my son, Shay Govaya, God's continued blessings and a very happy birthday on the 4th of December. This is from his dad, Ian Govaya, and the entire family. All right, so he's celebrating his birthday tomorrow. God, today's the 3rd. So, but Shay, happy birthday to you, man. Also, we want to wish beautiful parents a happy 36th anniversary from the Solomon family. Wishing them many more loving years to come. And we're talking about Kenny and Sybil. Kenny and Sybil, happy anniversary to you guys. 36 years, man. All right, nice, man. Get your Breaking Dawn Christmas party tickets, man. And celebrate your anniversary at Center Excellence next week, Saturday. Also, happy birthday to Donald Dwarka, a.k.a. Sato, who celebrates his birthday today. Greetings coming from your wife, Sharon, your children, Arnold and Cindy, and your mother-in-law, Rosa, your granddaughter, Shondi, Jamar, and of course, your great-grand as well. All right? Your great-granddaughter, wait, hold on. And your great-granddaughter, right. The GR on top of the picture and the AND below. Your great-granddaughter, Reagan. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. So happy birthday going out to you, Mr. Donald Dwarka. And finally, we want to wish Munia Fakira a happy 84th birthday, wishing her health, strength, and happiness coming from all her children, grandkids, and the entire family from Gibson Trace, Jurnam Junction, Canupia. Have a wonderful day. Nice, man. 84 years. Well, fellas, you know, yesterday, your boy searching there. I just scrolling through TikTok. I had to call back the company today, right? So I was going to order ice for the event. And you know, you usually get a bag of ice at $10, right? It's about a company. I ain't calling the name. I can't call the name, they ain't sponsor. Right? But the same bag you get for $10, they're selling it for $3.50. I couldn't believe that. I had to call them. So I call up the people. I said, listen, I now see a little lad on TikTok there. All they really have bag ice at $3.50. They say yes. I say, and this is the same $10 bag? They say yes. So you know I go and call and place my order today for the 13th, right? Yeah, ice important. So like I tell you, you know, while one thing goes up, you have to look for ways to make savings and other things. I mean, it's a minor saving in comparison to the increase in alcohol. But $3.50 for what people selling out here for $10, that's insane. That's just to show you. You understand? That ice is overpriced. Eh, fellas? Ice real over, no, the real overpriced ice, you know. Ice had to be overpriced. Is water tread? Bag ice, $10. I go and pay $3.50. Before we wrap up, I want to acknowledge the Sunshine newspaper. Fellas, I sent all a picture of the Sunshine. Thank you. Nice, man. Assistance coming for persons with cerebral palsy. Christmas bash at Center of Excellence. Article was in the Sunshine paper as of yesterday. I believe it was released yesterday. On the same page with Israel Khan boy. Oh God, yay! Nice, man. I want to thank the Sunshine for that article. And, you know, it's rather embarrassing that I'm in my 11th, going in my 12th year of doing this show. And not once has the Newsday ever written an article on any of the charity events that I do. But every morning, Newsday. Yeah? All right, nice. Sunshine, thanks a lot. Nice. I just wanted to mention that it's a terrific read. It gives a little history as to how I got involved with the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Vandana Mohit is mentioned in there, as well as Shagona Smear, Farouz Khan. It's Farouz, no, not Farouz Khan. Faiz Mohammed. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Right? But the Shagona Smear is in there. God, I hope I didn't get his name wrong, you know. Let me get the man name right, eh? I always forget his name, you know. I mix him up with somebody else. That's not. Faiz Mohammed, right. That's it. Yeah, Farouz Khan is the person in charge. That's the fellow they bring in URP and that kind of thing. Anyway, so I think he gets a mention in there. Vandana Mohit is mentioned as well as somebody who I have worked with in terms of that particular charity. And that is the charity that we're working towards for December the 13th. I really want to give Philip Metivier a little more help this year. But that's based on you all coming out in your numbers and supporting the cause. All right? And if you ever go to Shagonas, right by Price Club there, they have a space that was afforded to them by the owner of Price Club. And you could always just check them out, go in and see the work that they do, so that you understand why we do what we do. You dig? But I have to thank Francis Joseph and the Sunshine for reaching out to me to get the information to do a little article on it, right? I really appreciate that. Okay? I don't be out here looking for fame. All you know that. I'm a real humble fella. Me out here looking for no fame. I'd still be surprised when I go to places like when we went to Family Mart over the weekend and was embraced by so many people. It was overwhelming. I could not believe. I still do not consider myself to be a celebrity. But people out here do. And I usually had to tell them, nah, I don't know celebrity, but I just Stefan Reese, you know what I mean? I just trying to do my thing, you know? I've never put myself up on that pedestal. I always try to stay grounded. I mean, you know, that's just me. So I really appreciate that Francis Joseph recognized what I was doing or what I am doing. And then next year we have the 5K run that will be targeting the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We're working with them again. We're going to stick with that charity because having gone to their facility in the east there up in Dabadi and seeing the work that they do and getting an understanding of just how underfunded they are, we'll stick with that charity next year for the 5K. So we hope that you guys come out and, of course, support for the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. It will be in the final. It will be the last Sunday in April, and that campaign will start all during the carnival. You might see that campaign going on. All right, because we want to expand it to about 1,200 people this year, and we will stop there. I know there are other 5Ks that have 3,000 people and all kind of thing. We're not asking for 3,000 people to come to this to run Stefan Run, but I don't take on more than I can manage. So we started off managing 400, then 600, and then 800. So I'll go up to about 12 because we've managed it proper enough that I could say, okay, we could up the intake for the run next year. So tell a friend that is coming. But for now, it's about this: the Breaking Dawn Christmas Party, December the 13th, at the Center of Excellence. Look forward to seeing you guys here. Come out and support, man. It's for a good cause. We're going to have a terrific time. You're going to be highly entertained. And like I said, it gives us the opportunity to not only sit down at home on your couch and watch the show and call in and say, hey, Stefan, it gives you the opportunity to come out, meet me in person, see what I really like, see if I'm different in person than I am on television. You know what I mean? And just get a better perspective of who I am and what I do. All right? And it's about building the community that is Breaking Dawn. That's why this morning one of our viewers keep messaging me about this person on the chat in the Facebook group, putting up some unsavory comments that, in terms of race, and we don't deal with that. We give everybody, we think that, everybody has their opportunity to voice their opinion, freedom of speech and everything, but that comes with a line that you can't cross. So don't overstep your boundaries, all right? Because we're going to deal with you, okay? So with that, we are out for today. Tomorrow we do this again. See you then. Have a great day. Goodbye. Breaking On is over. Go to work.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.